From the creator and executive producer of Playboy TV's The Truth About Sex, Science Channel's Punkin' Chunkin', NBC's My Dad Is Better Than Your Dad, and all three of TLC's Invasion of the Christmas Lights. Plus, he also ran the series Penn and Teller Bullshit, and was one of the original writers on Politically Incorrect. Comes the new 6-hour series, This versus That. Tonight on This versus That. What's a better car to drive if you want to save money and save on gas? A hybrid or a high-mileage combustion engine car?
Gentlemen, start your engines!
How come I don't hear anything?
3/5 of them are electric.
Plus, we answer a question that has plagued shoppers for centuries. Paper or plastic?
Cut down a tree, you plant 3 more. It's called managed forestry. You're dying. You're suffocating.
What is This versus That? It's the show that uses science to investigate questions everyone seems to have.
Blackjack or crack? Buy a hybrid Should I use a life vest or the seat?
But no one else can seem to answer. And these are your guys. There's Mark DiCarlo.
Dwarves, druids, a murder of crows.
Chris Tallman.
Sleeping
And Brad Sherwood. They're 3 friends with an intense curiosity about how the world really works.
You are an idiot.
And now, they've been handed the tools, granted access, and provided the resources to find out. They'll ask questions.
What's the best type of proof? The hell on your house in a hurricane?
Speak with the experts, conduct experiments,
I can't feel my fingertips.
and discover the facts. Then, at the end of each episode, your questions will be answered.
Really?
Yes. That's great. The science within arm's reach will be made clear. And the right decision for you to make will ultimately be revealed.
I'm not sure what we proved, but we did it.
This versus That.
Welcome to This versus That. Join me in a thought experiment, won't you? Imagine my friend Chris here is for sale. He's got low mileage, still has most of his original parts, and has never been in an accident if you don't count kindergarten. He's not pretty, no, but he runs like a top, and best of all, Chris also has a built-in navigation system.
At the light, turn left.
And he's healthy. Blood pressure 120/80, and Chris is hilarious too. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's an 8. Say something.
Don't go there, girlfriend.
Just came up with that out of the blue. You can take Chris home today for just $11,965 and just $16.24 a year to feed. And all he eats is pizza. And don't forget, he's housebroken too. All right, you with me so far? Great. Now imagine I'm also selling Brad. Brad works just as hard as Chris, and like Chris, he'll work all day, every day, even on the Sabbath.
L'chaim.
And he'll also work on days when the new Twilight movie opens. He's trustworthy, reliable, and Brad is also funny. Like Chris, I'd say 8 out of 10. Say something funny, Brad.
Poop.
It's funny because it's true. Anyways, you can drive home in this brand new Brad for just $23,500. However, it'll only cost you $11.70 a year to feed him. That's a savings of $454 a year compared to a comparably equipped Chris. Why pay $11,534 more for Brad? Well, if you keep Brad for 20 years, you'll make up that cost in food savings. Plus, everyone will know you're doing your part to reduce our dependence on foreign pizza and help sustain local pizzerias by owning a Brad. That's worth $11,535, right?
Did you say something about pizza?
Yeah.
Now, imagine if I was a combustion engine car and Brad was a hybrid.
Here's what we want to know. If you want a car that offers the best gas mileage at the best price, what kind of car should you drive? Forget luxury, how it corners, and how many cup holders it has. Bottom line, will you get the most bang for your buck from a hybrid car or a high mileage combustion engine car?
By the way, I think I'm actually funnier.
But I'm quiet and more pretentious.
Oh.
He's got you there.
The
find out more about hybrid cars, we spoke to Jerry McElwee, a much sought-after propulsion systems engineer. Yeah, we shouldn't have barged into a mechanic shop and assumed it would be quiet. Note to self, now on, call ahead.
The thing that's unique about what a hybrid engine system does is it takes what is bad about an engine in terms of its ability to make power when you start up driving to when you go fast, and it adds this electric engine. And what that electric engine does is it gives you a lot of power at low speed.
With 20 years' experience, Jerry's played an instrumental role in improving mobility technologies for both the automobile and marine industries, as well as the U.S. Defense Department. In other words, Jerry knows 63 ways to kill a man.
From cold start through your entire driving schedule, the idea is to very precisely control the consumption of energy as well as the production of emissions from the tailpipe.
The other thing Jerry knows is the secret the hybrid industry doesn't want you to know.
A hybrid car was really designed to deliver its benefit around a certain type of driving schedule.
All that engineer talk, deliver, benefit, schedule. What's it all mean? I'll tell you a little later, assuming Jerry lets me live. This is the Willow Springs International Motor Speedway in Lancaster, California. It's where high-performance vehicles and their drivers come to test their speed and their mettle. Thankfully, for this versus that, their definition of high performance is very loose.
This is the Toyota Prius. Over 1 million of them have been sold over the last 10 years, making it the most popular hybrid car in America.
People said Americans would never buy an electric car, but they were wrong. We would, as long as it runs on gasoline.
Well, that's what a hybrid is. This car has a traditional internal combustion gas engine, and it has an electric engine that charges as the car moves along, and the two engines work kind of like partners.
Oh.
And the best part is, one of the partners is almost totally silent.
You know what, Mark?
Exactly. In 2011, Toyota sold more Priuses than...
Priya. The plural of Prius is Priya. In 2011, Toyota sold more Priya than the next 9 hybrid vehicles combined.
Oh, I can't believe that.
No, it's true.
So, why do you think people love the Prius so much? Is it just because it gets better gas mileage than even the most efficient internal combustion gas car?
Is it because it's so environmentally friendly? Or maybe because it's so sleek and aerodynamic? Maybe it's the continuously variable transmission. Or maybe it's its torque, 105 foot-pounds at 4,000 RPM. Or is it the McPherson strut front suspension?
Where are you getting all this?
I am reading it off the card being held by the brilliant environmental specialist.
Ah, see? Environment good.
This is Venice Beach, California, and we're here to discover why Prius owners love their car. Problem is, this stretch of shopping is kind of sketchy, and people are loath to talk to strangers who violate their personal space. Sometimes, strangers want money. Other times, they want to use you as a toilet. So, to get people to talk, This versus that made up the organization People for the Ethical Treatment of the Planet, and staffed it with employees no one could resist, even if they were prattling on about saving the environment. Blah, blah, blah.
Drive a hybrid? You drive a hybrid? You guys drive a hybrid? You drive a hybrid? Let me see your keys so we can prove that you actually drive a hybrid. All right, thank you.
Our newly deputized eco-activists are uniquely qualified at persuading hybrid drivers to reveal how satisfied they are.
Drive a Honda Accord hybrid, the larger one.
Ooh, a fancy hybrid.
It ain't that fancy. Take it easy.
With their car. Satisfied with their car. And in return for filling out a survey with about a dozen questions, drivers were given a free eco-friendly bulb that isn't nearly as bright as the old kind that people still really love, and which they still have. Seriously, these new bulbs suck.
Hey, there's a hybrid driver. Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah, the survey asked drivers to reveal their average miles per gallon.
My average miles per gallon is, if I get in the city, I get about 37.
Ooh, that's good.
identify why they bought a hybrid,
And then just pick whichever one applies to you.
and finally, the survey asked Prius owners to explain why the hell hummus at Trader Joe's cost $8 a pound. No, seriously, how does something made of broken chickpeas cost more than scotch? And now, the results. Of the Prius drivers we surveyed, 37% said they bought a Prius because of its gas mileage, 23% said to help save the environment, and 3% said, what the hell is hummus? If what's good about the hybrid is still confusing, like it is for me, this should help. It also might not.
When we're preparing to drive in the vehicle and we put our foot down on the gas, we want the engine to take that load and provide power so our car can move. Now, engines aren't efficient at low speed.
You see, while your engine is getting up to speed, it burns too much fuel. Plus, its capacity to create transferable power to the battery is diminished. This is helping, right? Sort of?
Do is we put in place this electric engine, and that electric engine can produce torque right away. It doesn't require high speed to develop that torque, and torque is what moves the vehicle. Power is a multiple of torque times speed.
Coming up, our hybrid and combustion engine drivers are locked in a head-to-head death battle. They're careening around curves at a reckless 40 miles an hour, and they don't know the meaning of decelerate. Seriously, none of these guys owns a dictionary. Plus, we answer a question that has plagued shoppers for centuries. Paper or plastic?
You know a lot about this.
Well, I was gonna be a forest ranger until I got into this.
Really?
Yeah,
This is a really great place to work.
it really is. And as good as it looks, it smells even better.
We've got the answer.